Right, seems like I'm cursed when it comes to making videos. Check this out. I just was going out on Norman, ready to tackle a trail, and the engine warning light has come on. So that's fantastic. But yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. I've switched the engine off and on a couple of times and the light stays on, so I shall have to see what that's all about. Yeah, but fortunately I have multiple Royal Enfield, so I'm going to go home now and get Buddy out. We'll go for a ride on Buddy instead. Well, that's bloody annoying, isn't it? I mean, he's running fine. But yeah, he's not happy about something. And yeah, how this manifested itself, I just stopped at the petrol station. And as I set off to leave, I hit the starter and it went hit it again, it went and then the engine warning light came on, switched off, started it, third time it started alright, but the engine warning light stayed on. So yeah, we shall have to see what that is. But anyway, let's get Buddy out instead. Well, that was a bit of a ball ache. I was looking forward to taking Norman up a trail again. God damn it. Still, it's a good job we've still got Buddy and a tiller to fall back on. As Buddy was closest, Buddy gets a little ride. But yeah, that's totally messed with my plans. Now I don't know where we're going to go today. Yeah, so I'll just ride around a bit. I've got stuff to talk about, so we'll just do that on Buddy for today. But yeah, it's kind of typical because actually Norman was due a 6-month service about 3 weeks ago, and obviously I was in the height of my COVID infection at that time, so I wasn't going to be able to make it over to Almeria to get that service done on time. So I did let Motors Meteor know that I was ill, and the service would be a little bit later than normal, which they said was fine. So yeah, I've actually made an appointment on Tuesday, so that's the day this video comes out. I've actually got an appointment for Norman to have that 6-month service. Now that's the penultimate one before his final one will be in April, May. That'll be when he's 3 years old, so he's about 2.5 years old now. So this is the 6-month service that he'd be due now. So yeah, I thought, oh good, we'll take him up a trail. He hasn't been run for a little while. Take him up a trail, top up the tank on the way home, and then he's ready to head off to Almeria at sort of 7 AM on Tuesday morning. Well, yeah, no, I don't know, you know. Do we risk it? I mean, to be fair, the engine sounds normal. The oil level's all the way to the top. And as far as I could tell, apart from being a little bit reluctant to fire up, once it's running, it seemed to be fine. So, yeah, I should probably have a quick chat with Motors Meteor to see whether they prefer to pick it up or whether they want me to risk riding it over there. I think it'll probably be alright. It's probably just some silly sensor that's packed up or it's just freaked out. I did turn him off and on again, and the engine warning light was still there, so whatever it is, it's not going to go away. But yeah, I imagine because he was riding normally and wasn't making any weird noises, I imagine he'll be alright to take over to Almeria, and then they can read the error code and find out what exactly was the issue. So yeah, hopefully by next week's video we'll have some news on Norman. We'll know what the problem was and whether anything needed to be done. But he is under warranty, so it shouldn't be a problem. But you know, hopefully it's nothing that needs actually fixing, and it just needs clearing, and yeah, hopefully it won't reoccur. But it's the first time I've actually had an engine warning light on any of the bikes. I know a lot of people have had them, particularly when the bike's brand new, crop up quite frequently, but I can't say I have. The only time was when on Buddy here, when the battery died. Then I got the engine warning light because I was running it with a battery that was no longer charging. That might actually be battery related on Norman, come to think of it, because the battery's 2.5 years old, and I know those Royal Enfield batteries don't do very well, they don't last very long. Yeah, it might be something along the lines of the battery's not charging, and that's why the engine warning light's coming on. But we shall see. Hopefully, like I said, by next Tuesday I might have an update for you. It would have been a lovely day for a trail ride as well. Look at it, it's gorgeous. Not too much wind, pleasantly warm, blue skies, barely a cloud in the sky. Look, yeah, what a shame. Yeah, so anyway, as many of you have noticed, Ruby has recovered quite well from her facial paralysis. I would say she's probably about 90–95% back to normal. She's not quite 100%. Sometimes she doesn't blink, or more often than not she doesn't blink with that eye, but occasionally she can blink with it, so it's obviously working. She's just out of practice of using it or something, I don't know. So maybe that will improve with time. So she's not 100%, but she certainly looks a lot more her normal self. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's been wishing her well the whole time, and I'm actually really happy with how far she's progressed, and I still have hope that she might even recover that final little bit over time. But even if she doesn't, she's certainly a lot better off than she was, and yeah, like I say, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. This is quite interesting actually. I can see how they're progressing with the new wind turbines behind these trees here. They're putting up the final ones by the look of it. Yeah, so what was I going to talk about? Well, apart from Norman being late for his service, and me intending to do the service on Tuesday, which, you know, may now be subject to change, we'll have to wait and see. I was also going to tell you that actually I came very close to buying a Goan Classic. Now, yeah, basically I got to the point where just before I went on holiday, I said, well, you know, before I think about it too much more, I'll just ask Motors Meteor if they can get hold of one. Tree root, not nice. Yeah, if they could get hold of one for me. And yeah, after a little delay they got back to me and said yeah, they could get one. And then I thought, well, while I'm on holiday, here you go, look, got the crane up and everything. While I'm on holiday, I'll think about it. But then of course, on holiday was when I caught the COVID, and yeah, I've been ill basically since then, so that's kind of, my priority hasn't been buying motorcycles. So yeah, kind of like in the end I've decided, no, it wasn't meant to be, you know, the way things turned out, probably wasn't meant to be. And also, subsequently they've announced the Bullet 650, which, to be honest, might be a bike that I would enjoy more. So I'm going to have to wait till they come out and hopefully have a go on one. So yeah, the money that I would have blown on the Goan Classic can stay in the bank and be there in case I decide to get the Bullet 650. So I think it worked out alright in the end. And even if I don't buy the Bullet 650, the money can stay in the bank. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so you'll probably be surprised to hear that I was thinking about getting a Goan Classic, because when it was initially announced I said, oh god, no, that's absolutely not my cup of tea. And yeah, I mean, that's how I felt, you know, when I initially saw it. But then I watched quite a few YouTube videos on it, and what I really liked about it was the fact that actually the factory did a really good job of putting in some unique engineering into that bike. Like, I like the way that they took the time to get the mudguard mounted to the swing arm so it goes up and down with the suspension. The seat that they put on it, lots of little touches, you know. It's a nice little thing. I mean, they did a really decent job making a smart little factory custom. And so having watched all of these videos, I kind of started to warm to it, and I thought, yeah, it is a bit special, you know. It is different because it is a nice little custom job direct from the factory. So that did get me thinking about it, and I thought, yeah, if I did get it, I was thinking it'd be a bike for sort of high days and holidays, you know. I'd probably put it in the corner of the garage under a cover and keep the mileage down on it, and just take it out when I felt like riding something very different. And yeah, those were my thoughts. But then the way my holiday worked out and getting ill afterwards, too much time passed, and by that time I kind of, yeah, the sensible part of my brain took over and said, well, you don't really need a bike that you don't use. So yeah, so I've called on the idea, but I did come very close, and I did inquire if I could still get one. So that should let you know I was pretty close to just getting one anyway, but nope, didn't happen, and now it isn't going to happen, and we'll just wait and see what comes along next year. And it's good as well, because I wasn't intending to buy a bike this year. I mean, I wasn't intending to buy a bike last year, if you recall, but then the Gorilla kind of got under my skin, and I thought, no, I've got to have it. So yeah, so at least it looks like, I mean, we're not quite into December yet, but pretty close. It looks like I might have managed to go a year without buying another bike. So that would be, yeah, quite an achievement. I think it's happened once before since I've had the channel. I think I managed to go 18 months once without buying something. So yeah, that's a positive as well. I've managed to stick to my plan of sticking with 3 bikes for now. Yeah, so we did this ride recently, didn't we? But we did a slightly different approach. Today I avoided that horrible road that they've all kind of dug up for the access to the wind turbine sites. But this is the village of... which village is this one? Igora. That's right, this is Igora. Yeah, so this is just an improvised ride, because I didn't, you know, as I was supposed to be riding a trail, I haven't really got a plan for today, so I just thought I'd do this and give you a little brief update. Oh, but he does feel good on these Metzler Road Tech tyres, I've got to say. Night and day difference. It's like he wants you to get your knee down. So Ruby was very pleased to get so many views for her going for a walk video. She wanted to let you all know that she thanks you for every single view. And she might not be wrong when she says actually those videos are much more interesting than the ones when Daddy goes out and plays on motorbikes. She might have a point. Oh. Yeah, what a lovely day, eh? It's like typical actually. This seems to be now, this time of year seems to be our spring. We don't get a spring anymore. Basically it rains until about June. And then it just gets hot. And then it stays like that for like 6 to 8 weeks. And then you sort of start getting into this sort of weather, which is kind of spring-like, you know, temperatures sort of between 15 and 20. Blue skies, sunshine. So yeah, perfect. But typically that was happening whilst I was really ill and I couldn't ride at all. So I've definitely missed 7 or 10 days of great riding weather through being ill, which was really annoying. Some days I'd go out with Ruby and there wouldn't be a breath of wind and it'd be like this. It would have been so nice to be able to ride, but yeah, it just wasn't possible. So yeah, hopefully we'll have another couple of weeks of this before it turns properly grim. It's pretty cold at night. It goes down to 1 degree at night already, and it's been -1 one night, so it's not particularly warm, but yeah, it's fine as long as there's not this bloody wind, which makes everything feel even colder. But it's gorgeous today. So yeah, I've mentioned Ruby's health. My health is kind of, I'm pretty similar actually. I'd say I'm sort of 90-95% okay. I don't have to cough or anything really anymore, but there's still something going on because I can get queasy if I do a little bit too much, if I overexert. So it's not quite gone yet, but it's gone to the point now where I can work, which is good because I need an income. Obviously I don't get paid if I don't work. And yeah, it looks like I can go out on a bike as well. I don't feel as if this is overstressing me at all, so hopefully I won't have any ill effects. Because I did last time I took this ride, it knocked me back about a week. But I do feel better today. So I hope you're all doing well. Of course, oh God, it's Christmas soon, isn't it? Where has this year gone? Where has this year gone? To me, it was like work, work, work. Then I had all that drama with Ruby's health. Then I went on holiday, and then I had a load of drama with my health because I came back with COVID. It's just, I can't believe it. It's like starting to have to think about Christmas presents now, you know, crazy. Yeah, it's not been a great year, but it's not been the worst, I suppose. It's just been busy. I just haven't had enough time for the things that I like to do, you know. I haven't had enough time for the bikes, definitely. And obviously being ill for like 6 weeks really put me on the back foot with videos and stopped me from riding. But hopefully, as I said, this weather might hold for another couple of weeks and maybe I could get out and grab a couple of videos and get back on schedule again. Nice view of an industrial estate for you. That's the run. Yeah, I was going to ride the trail to from Perchena to Alto de Velafik, because that's not a technical trail. It's just basically, you know, like a really rough gravel road. It might be a bit rutted in places, but I mean, it wouldn't have been anything technical, because obviously I haven't been off-road since probably April early this year. So I wanted to start gently. Also, with my health, I thought if I do a trail ride, I'll make sure it's an easy one. So it would have been a nice, long, pretty, easy trail, that one. But Norman had other ideas. Yeah, so anyway, this week has been just work, and then nothing exciting has happened. We hope you've all had a good week. And yeah, I'm now kind of intrigued to find out what Norman's problem is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's nonsense. I'm pretty sure that I could ride him to Almeria and back 10 times without any issues. But it's a slight concern when the engine warning light comes on. So I'll have a quick word with Motors Meteor on Monday. And as long as they say, yeah, you'll probably be alright, just check the oil, and if it sounds normal, you know, bring it over. So I imagine that's what they'll say. But yeah, hopefully we'll find out soon enough, and I'll let you know. So we've just left Saron behind us, and now we're heading down the Almanzora Valley towards Tihola. So the wind turbines are closing in. They're closing in. I'll soon have one in my back garden, I reckon. I don't actually mind them too much. I mean, it's a bit of a shame that, you know, like the natural landscapes of old will never be painted again, because every scene will probably have a bloody wind turbine in it. But yeah, it's renewable energy, and we do get a lot of wind here, so they might as well make use of it. Well, good old Buddy. Trust Buddy to just work. Well done, Buddy. You're the best, mate. You really are. Even when Norman has a little hissy fit, you're ready to go. Good lad. So we're off home, and yeah, when we get there, I shall move some bikes around, and then I shall go and get Ruby a sausage. So yeah, sorry this video isn't the video that it was supposed to be, but I thought, yeah, well, you know, let's still make a vlog out of it, because, you know, stuff going wrong is part of life, and it's part of motorcycling. So yeah, I just thought we'd vlog it, and yeah, fortunately, as I said, Buddy is happy to take the reins if Norman can't. Have a great week until the next one. Take care, and yeah, fingers crossed Norman will be back to health by the next time I speak to you. Take care until then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye. So Ruby, what do you think about Norman misbehaving like that? Yeah, he's very naughty, isn't he? But you've been a good girl while Daddy's been out riding, Buddy, so you deserve a sausage. Oh, yeah. Sausage. Oh, yeah. Cracking. Oh, thanks. Scott Wolfie and Lucky. Great sausages. Cracking.